A huge welcome here, folks. Thank you so very much for tuning in to our YouTube channel, GBL, the Old Church, 5 Acre Homestead. You are watching Stone Dust Fertilizer for bigger, healthier plants.
Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that something? Now, so while we're doing this, let's talk about what's in the stone dust. This stone dust contains lots and lots of minerals. Now, we're going to take this tea and just look at this nice white goodness. I'm going to pour it into this one. Just look at it. Look how nice and gorgeous that looks. And there is a lot of vital nutrients in this tea that we just made from stone dust. What do you think of that? So, you could go out and buy your fertilizer. Of course you can. I paid $30 for this 50-pound bag. Guess what I paid for a full truckload of this stone dust? Listen to this. I paid 15 Canadian dollars for a full truckload of stone dust at the quarry a couple of days ago.
Hey folks, Gary here from GBL, the Old Church, 5 Acre Homestead, and I'm on my way to that quarry to get a truckload of stone dust for our raised bed vegetable garden and for the soil in our greenhouse. Join us. I hope you can hear me over the noise from this excavator, and I want to say a big welcome to our returning subscribers, those who always return to our YouTube channel, our loyal subscribers. We thank you so very, very much. And if you are new to our YouTube channel, welcome aboard, and I hope you can hear me over the noise from this excavator. And while this excavator loads a yard of this stone dust in the back of my Silverado pickup, let's talk about this stone dust. What is it, and what does it come from? Well, folks, the stone dust that is presently being loaded in the back of my pickup comes from granite rock. Granite rock that is crushed in this quarry. And here's an interesting fact that you may not know. Granite rock is extremely old. It is estimated to be around 300 million years old. And much of the rock here in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada, about 60% of the rock here in Newfoundland and Labrador is granite rock. And granite rock, ladies and gentlemen, is crushed mostly for the building industry and for the road construction industry. And of late, granite is now being used in the making of countertops for kitchen cabinets. Now, the stone dust, or quarry dust, or fines that's presently being loaded in my truck is a byproduct of all this crushing of granite rock. And it has several uses, ladies and gentlemen. It is most often used as a leveling agent or leveling stone for laying pavers or patio stones. Stone dust is also used in the farming industry to add vital minerals back to depleted soil that has been overused. And now, in this very short clip, you can see that I actually did make it home with all of this quarry dust in my pickup. And folks, please stay with us now for the duration of this video.
Good day, folks. Gary here, getting ready to do that long-awaited stone dust video, the one that I promised you that I would do for our YouTube channel. So, the stone dust video. Why did I visit a quarry? Why did I get a truckload of stone dust? Here is my wheelbarrow, about half full of stone dust.
Now, I also have this table set up here with various products onto it, and we will be talking about this very soon.
I have some fertilizer here, some 15-15-15, and I have some Miracle Grow here in this pack, and I'm getting ready to create a video for you about stone dust. Why is stone dust so important to your vegetable garden? Take a look at the backdrop. The backdrop for this video is our raised bed vegetable garden and greenhouse. And we are going to be amending our soil with this stone dust. And I'm going to tell you why stone dust is so very important to your soil. It is a great amendment, and you will need to watch this video to the very end to understand why stone dust is so important to your vegetable garden. Your vegetables will love you for adding this amendment to your soil. Stone dust, a great amendment, folks. And you will need to watch this video to the very, very end. Okay, folks, let's get started on this video about stone dust. And as you can see here now in this clip, I've laid out about a gallon bucket full of the stone dust onto this piece of plastic here on the 2 feet by 2 feet patio stones that I laid down a couple of days ago on our back patio. And the heat from the sun, it is actually gorgeous here today in Gander, Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. And I've laid out some of the stone dust because I want the moisture to dry out of it. And I'm going to show you why that's so important in a further clip in this video. But as you can see, here's my wheelbarrow. It's about half full of the stone dust. And as I said earlier, I have some of the things laid out for this video because I want to talk to you about various things in this video. I want to talk to you about fertilizer. This is a bag, a 50-pound bag of 15, 15, 15 fertilizer. And I also have a box of 20, 20, 20 Miracle-Gro. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these fertilizers in this video today. And you'll be surprised about the discussion that we're going to have shortly. And I'm going to talk to you also about why stone dust is so important as an amendment for your vegetable gardens. And this is, as I said, our vegetable garden right here. This is our raised bed vegetable garden and our greenhouse. And last year, actually, I visited the Stone Quarry, the same Stone Quarry that I visited a couple of days ago and got this stone dust. I visited it last year and I got this crushed stone, this Class A stone, to make pathways between my beds so that I wouldn't get any weeds between our vegetable beds. So this is Class A. It's much, much larger than the stone dust that's in our wheelbarrow. This stuff is actually really, really fine. It is actually called fines. If you visit a stone quarry, you should ask the operator of the excavator that you're looking for stone dust or fines. And that's what I did when I visited it a couple of days ago. And the excavator operator dropped the full yard of this stuff in the back of my Silverado pickup for me to bring home to amend our vegetable garden and to amend the soil in our greenhouse. And I'm going to show you that in this long video. And I hope you stay with us, folks, because lots of good knowledge in this video. And I would like to share that with you. And hopefully you will learn something about the importance of stone dust to your raised bed vegetable gardens or for any soil in your garden, whether it's for your front lawn, for growing grass, or whether it's for your vegetable gardens. Stone dust is a great, great amendment, and this video should help you improve the soil quality, the nutrient quality in your soil so that you can raise very healthy fruits, vegetables, and herbs. So folks, while we're waiting for the stone dust to dry so I can demonstrate the importance of this stuff for your raised bed vegetable gardens, I want to talk to you a little bit about fertilizer. I have a bag here, a 25 kg, about 50-pound bag of 15, 15, 15. And I want to ask a question to you. How many of you actually use this stuff in your vegetable gardens, in your soil, to amend it? This 15, 15, 15, what does it mean? How many of you actually know what the 15, 15, 15 means in a bag of fertilizer? Well, let me take a few seconds in this video and explain it to you. The 15, 15, 15 is a percentage. It means 15% nitrogen, and nitrogen is what gives your plants that nice dark green color. It makes your lawns nice and healthy green. It makes your cabbage plants, your brassica plants, and other green vegetables look really, really nice and green. So nitrogen is a very, very important nutrient for your soil, and 15% of what's in this 50-pound bag is nitrogen. So if you do the math, 15% of 50 pounds works out to about 7.5 pounds. Okay, so 7.5 pounds of what's in this 50-pound bag is nitrogen. The middle 15 is phosphorus. Phosphorus is another very important mineral or nutrient for your soil. It gives your plants very healthy roots, and it makes your plant stems very strong and sturdy, so your plants grow nice and tall and strong and healthy. So phosphorus is the second 15% in this 50-pound bag. 7.5 pounds roughly. Now, the other 15%, what is that one? That is potassium. Potassium, ladies and gentlemen, is what your plants need so that they can resist disease and that kind of stuff. So if your plants are turning, if your green plants are turning yellow and whitish and that kind of stuff, they're probably lacking potassium. And potassium is also a very important nutrient that your soil needs in order to grow healthy plants. So that's the 15, 15, 15. Now, let's do the math on that. 15%, 15%, and 15%. As a school teacher, guys, 31 years now, that works out to 45%. So what's the other 55% in this bag? The other 55% that's in this bag, folks, is a filler. It is mostly sand and gravel, to be honest with you. You do the research. I've done it. You just go and go Google, and Google will tell you that the 55% of what's in this bag that is not important nutrients for your soil is a filler. It is just sand and stone, folks. Now, what's in this bag right here? Inside this bag right here is Miracle-Gro. And Miracle-Gro is 20-20-20. The same thing, folks. It is 20% nitrogen, 20% phosphorus, and 20% potassium. See? Vital nutrients for your soil, absolutely. But that accounts for 60%. So what's the other 40? The other 40%, again, is a filler. It is sand and stone, very similar to what's in this wheelbarrow right here, but with an exception. I'll talk to you about that exception very, very shortly. Okay, all right, so we are getting ready now, ladies and gentlemen, to do some work with this stone dust that I got at a quarry just outside of Gander, Newfoundland and Labrador. Now, if you zoom down here, my photographer today, my camera person, is our youngest daughter, Katie. Katie is taking this video for us. And as you can see, I've laid down some of the stone dust on this piece of plastic here so that the heat from the sun, and as I said earlier, it is a gorgeous day here in Gander, so the moisture in this stone dust will dry out. But while we have been recording today, I was able already to get this half container full of stone dust that is already dried out. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to make some fertilizer for our raised bed vegetable gardens and for the soil in our greenhouse. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to follow me along. Okay, so for those of our viewers, our subscribers who are from the United States, you would pick these up at the Dollar Tree. I got them at the dollar store here in Gander. But here's what we're going to do. Katie, could you zoom in, please? We are going to take this stone dust and make it even finer than what it is. So I'm using a little colander and a bigger colander. I'm going to take this now and throw it in here. I'm going to lay it here and I'm going to shake it. I'm going to sift it. And if you look, Katie, if you look closely in, you'll see that even finer stone dust is coming out of the bottom of this colander. Okay, you can see it is almost like a sand there now. So I'm just giving it a little shake. And when it's enough out, I'm going to take the rest of these stones that are a little bit bigger, and I'm going to put them back into the wheelbarrow. So here we go. I'm going to continue this process until I get a nice bit of this very, very fine stone dust to put in our soil. The soil in our raised beds and the soil in our greenhouse. Okay, I'll do it once more. I'll demonstrate one more time, a third time. Okay, getting quite a bit of very fine stone dust. This stone dust, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, comes from granite, and granite is a very old igneous rock. It is actually 3 million. Think about that now. The stone dust that's right here on this table comes from igneous rock, granite, that is 3 million years old. Old as dinosaurs, old as the world. And we are going to use it to amend the soil in the greenhouse and in our raised bed. Now, what we got here basically is a very fine stone dust, kind of like a medium coarse stone dust. And what we're going to make now is a liquid. Yeah, we are going to make a liquid now. So I'm going to take some of this very fine and I'm going to pour it into this thing of water. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that something? Now, so while we're doing this, let's talk about what's in the stone dust.
As an amendment, ladies and gentlemen, folks, to remineralize your soil, or simply just to add minerals to your soil, this stone dust contains potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, and many more trace minerals necessary for healthy growing plants, like the plants you have growing in your garden.
This stone dust contains lots and lots of minerals. Perhaps the most important one is calcium. Calcium is a very important mineral for healthy growing human beings like myself and Katie, and it is also very important for healthy plants. These plants that you see beyond me right here. Now, we're going to take this tea, and I just made some tea, and just look at this nice white goodness. I'm going to pour it into this one. Just look at it. Look how nice and gorgeous that looks. That is a tea now. It is a liquid fertilizer that you can use to water, to feed any of your plants, either in a greenhouse, in a regular garden, or in this raised bed here. So now, I've got 3 kinds of fertilizer. I've got this one here that you can just amend your soil with this. You don't have to do this process that I'm doing right here. You can actually put this in your soil. You can sift it and just take this very fine stuff and add that to the top layer of your soil. And then the next time that you water your fruits and vegetables and your herbs, this stuff will dissolve and go right down into your soil. Or you can speed that process up and make yourself a liquid fertilizer or a tea. And there is a lot of vital nutrients in this tea that we just made from stone dust. What do you think of that? So you could go out and buy your fertilizer. Of course you can. I paid $30 for this 50-pound bag. Guess what I paid for a full truckload of the stone dust? Listen to this. I paid 15 Canadian dollars for a full truckload of stone dust at the quarry a couple of days ago. $15. I would probably get 1,000 bags of this stuff out of my truckload. Okay, so you do the math. This stuff is very vital, it's very important. It's an old method. People have been adding this kind of stuff to depleted soils for many, many years. It is actually called soil degeneration when the minerals are gone, and it's called soil regeneration when you're adding the minerals back into your soil, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be taking this tea now, and I'm going to feed. I'm going to do some food to all of my plants with this tea and also with this stone. I'm going to add this to the soil in my raised bed right here, and also to the soil in my greenhouse, so I can have some healthy plants. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you didn't go too far, because I am now inside my greenhouse and I am getting ready to use the tea from the stone dust that we just sifted and made into a tea. And I'm going to take this tea now and I'm going to feed our cucumber plants and our tomato plants here inside our greenhouse. So here's our tea that we just made. So just take some of it and just pour it down toward the bottom of the plants. Try not to get it on the leaves. I don't anyway. So I'm just taking the tea now and I'm just pouring it down around the bottom of some of these plants. And my plants is going to love this stuff. Tea made from stone dust. There you go. Lots of calcium in this stuff and some other minerals as well to add to your soil.
So folks, there you have it. Our latest video on our YouTube channel, GBL, the Old Church 5-Acre Homestead. I sincerely hope that you learned something about stone dust and how important it is as a cheap and free product, really, that you can get at a stone quarry and amend your soil with it, which is what I did, and which is what I plan to do for the rest of this growing season. From time to time, I will be adding this stone dust
to my raised beds and to the soil here in my greenhouse. I'll be putting on just a little bit here and there and amending the soil and keeping my soil very, very healthy, full of the vital minerals and nutrients that my plants need in order to grow nice and strong and healthy. Stone dust, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of it? Is it something that you think you would amend your soil with? Let us know in the comments. I've got 3 kinds of fertilizer. I've got this one here that you can just amend your soil with this. You don't have to do this process that I'm doing right here. You can actually put this in your soil. You can sift it and just take this very fine stuff and add that to the top layer of your soil. And then the next time that you water your fruits and vegetables and your herbs, this stuff will dissolve and go right down into your soil. Or you can speed that process up and make yourself a liquid fertilizer or a tea. And there is a lot of vital nutrients in this tea that we just made from stone dust. What do you think of that?
Again, folks, Betty and I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this latest video from us from GBL, the Old Church, 5 Acre Homestead. Please leave us a comment, like our videos, share our videos, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thank you so very, very much for watching.